Hey, fourth grade, how's everybody doing? Good to be with you today. Just joining you today to give you some information for your Thursday work, and I'm excited to be with you today. I'm going to be sending you some clues and helpful information for your science work on whales for today and tomorrow, so you can look for that in the email. And I want to focus today on math, actually. I'm including in the email a Brain Pop video that talks about adding and subtracting, which I know we've already done a lot of. However, some of us might be feeling a little bit rusty, especially when it comes to adding and subtracting fractions that have different denominators. So what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to watch that video first, and hopefully that will help to refresh you, since it's kind of like a cartoon and has some really great visuals about how to go about doing that, okay? And remember, if you have two fractions that have a different denominator, you have to find the common denominator first before you can add or subtract the numerator. And just touch up on that video. That will help refresh all of that for you. And that will help you on page 160 for your math today with sections 3 and 4A. And then for 4B, I want you to really think about that problem and remember that in a fraction, the denominator represents the whole. The numerator represents the pieces. So if 4/3 is an improper fraction, would that situation be possible where Victor and Mr. Burkett are talking about how much time was spent in study hall studying, if 4 is the numerator and 3 is the denominator? Going down to number 5, where it's talking about estimation, keep in mind, estimation is something that we just kind of started doing before we took a break. So let's review for just a couple of moments. Remembering when you are estimating and you have a decimal, it's the whole number that you're looking to either round up or keep the same. It's the number to the right of the decimal that you look to determine whether or not you should round your whole number up or if you should keep it the same. So remember, numbers that are 5 or more, you round the whole number up. Numbers that are less than 5 to the right of the decimal tell you to take the whole number and keep it as it is. So when we're looking at 5A, we see here we have $6.98. So you're going to be looking to the 9 to determine if you should round up the 6 to 7 or if you should keep it at 6. And then you also have $8.49. So you're looking to either round up the 8 to 9 or keep it at 8. And then you'll use the 4, which is the number to the right of the decimal, to determine that. So then you take those two estimated numbers and either add them or subtract them based on what the story problem is asking you to do. So the same thing goes for letter B. You're estimating using the decimal. And for letter C, there is no decimal, so you're estimating to the hundredths. So you're going to take 692 and look at the 9 in the tenths place and use that to determine if 692 is closer to 700 or if it should stay at 600. And then for 196, you're going to use the 9 to determine if the 1 should become a 2 and make that 200, or if it should be 100. And then you can use your words in your story problem to determine what order of operation you should do, add or subtract those two estimated numbers together, and then give me a total that is an estimated total. So I hope that clears that up. Again, please watch the video, and that should be very, very helpful for you for completing your work today. When it comes to Bible, I feel like I've been saying it all week, but I hope you're singing the song about the Old Testament books of the Bible. Hey, if anybody gets it down at this point this week into next week and you know them and you want to send me a video, I'm ready for that whenever you'd like to send it. And we're also going to be starting lesson 25 of A Forgiving Spirit in our Building Castles book today. So that can be found on page 179. And this has to actually do with two things that we've already studied in the Bible, which is David and Saul and also the Beatitudes, okay? And so what we're going to find in this is that David is an example of someone who truly forgave and showed forgiveness, right? And we want to show forgiveness. We want to forgive the way that God forgives us because of Jesus. So if you're able to, with your family schedule, to sit down and maybe do this as a devotion time, you could get out your Bibles, you could just work through some sections at your own pace. I think that might be a really great opportunity for your family to focus on the lesson, focus on a forgiving spirit, right? And if it doesn't work for your family, that's okay too. You can take out your Bibles and look for your answers on your own if that works for you, all right? And I'm going to, next week, touch base with you all about this Bible lesson and kind of walk you through a little bit of the big takeaways from the lesson and what to be focusing on from the sections, okay? But I'd love it if you would get it started and could kind of work through it and try to find some answers on your own. And if you can do that as a family, that's great too, all right? So for the end of the week, I'm going to give you a little bit of a special surprise, okay? Another special guest. So you've seen Sydney and Griffin, you've seen Nitro. Mr. Redmond has actually been to school. I know you've met him, but there's someone else in my family that you haven't met yet, and I'm wondering if you could figure out who that is. So they'll be joining me tomorrow for our Friday lesson. Shoot me any emails you want to. If you have any questions, I'm here and I'm happy to help you with whatever you need, okay? All right, have a good day of learning, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.